Gentlemen, I'm very, very sorry, sir. Here some connection problems are there, sir. Actually, the host is not problem. I'm having with what is called in our locality some problems are there, sir. I'm very, very sorry. It won't be repeated. I'm very sorry, sir. Once again. See, already it is discussed the Factories Act like that. Then we will discuss tomorrow also about this. Types of hazards, physical hazards, electrical hazards, ergonomically hazards, and the physiological hazards. For example, the physical hazards means examples, noise hazards, fire hazards, and temperature hazards. We will be discussed in detail in coming slides also. Electrical hazards, short circuit happens. Ergonomically hazards means continuous work, improper workstations, and improper vertical practices while lifting the weights and all. And the postures is also body postures is also very important. Physiological hazards means personal problems, financial problems are there. If they're attending with the financial problems and personal problems, the effectivity of the work will be hampered in the workspace. Will be discussed in the coming slides also. Before going to the detailed in discuss the occupational health, everybody knows about. The occupational health refers to both long-term and short-term risk associated with many types, including biological hazards, chemical hazards, physical hazards, psychosocial hazards, such as mental stress and psychological imbalance. These are the long term or short term risks associated with the textile industries. While doing the risk assessment, we came to understand which is the longevity, which is the short term risk. Accordingly, we have to adopt the controls measures. Biological hazards means here we can say a biological hazard, a physical substance that threatens the health of the humans and other living organisms. These include fungi, bioactive substances, pathogenic microorganisms, viruses, toxins from natural resources, and spores. These are the biological hazards physically that threatens the health first of all, and threaten the health of the humans, and also the other long living organism will be affected. That's why we have to taken care of due to the fungi substances or the what is called the fungi what is called substances eating and all these things bioactive substances will be acting there the health of the organization organs will be affected in the when they have what is called the biological like that's in the occupation health of the textile industries also because nearby Kriti is also there in the dining room. So they have to see that all the lunch box and all this to be closed, and they see that this should not be any dust will be fallen on the eatable the what they are getting from the house or otherwise the canteen also. The chemical hazards, which is the chemicals also used in the textile industry, that hazards also may be taken place. Chemical hazards are in example occupational hazard caused by exposure to chemicals in the workplace. Long-term exposure to such chemicals at work increases the risk of the heart disease, stroke, and a high blood pressure, and which can have a adverse health effects. Examples are gases, fumes, vapors, dust, and liquids. Because of the used in the various dyes will be used in the textile industries. Thereby, a lot of the chemical hazards will be taken care of. Definitely, due to the gases and fumes and all. That means the hazards is very severity in the textile industries. One is biological, another is chemical hazards. And physical hazards is also there. What is physical hazards? A biological hazard is an agent or a situation that can cause harm with or without contact. Examples: moving objects like pinch points, unsafe or misused equipment, or excessive noise, poor lighting, heat, vibration, etc. These are the physical hazards may happen in the during the textile industry's process. Physical hazards cause injuries and illness in various industries, whereas noise exposure causes stress-related disorders, respiratory conditions, and behavioral changes resulting in sleep disorders. It's very important word here is examples of moving objectives, unsafe or misused equipment, okay, and excessive noise is okay. Poor lighting is also not visible for the doing the work. Heat is also taken by dehydration of the employees. Vibration is also very inconvenience to the human, etc. The physical hazards cause these physical hazards cause injuries and illness in various industries. Lot of article statistics are collected by the various scientists, various industrialists. There are what is called the due to the physical hazards in the textile industries, having causing injuries as well as illness also because they are not having the strength. They are having the some weaknesses in the by taking leaves or not to attend for the jobs also. They're having exposure to loss of pay more. Noise exposure causes stress-related disorders. Very good. Noise exposure definitely causes stress-related disorders, respiratory conditions, and behavioral changes results in sleep disorders. Because if you take the noise exposure, definitely stress-related disorders are there. Respiratory conditions and behavioral changes because of the sleep disorders in the house. Another hazard is exposure to low and high temperatures in the work environment, which increases the likelihood of physical accident. These are the very, very important, the physical hazards than these two also. That's why we have to be very careful in working in the industrial textile industries. In continuation of this, last but not least, physiological hazards. A physiological hazard is any occupational hazard that affects work's mental health. Same also suffer physical injuries and injury illness. The same what the disturbance in the sleep, disturbance in the problems in the family, all this comes under this thing. It is also affects the other colleagues' ability to participate in the work environment because the organs which the employee got some diseases, infection will be taken care of. That co-employee also get the same. Suppose, for example, somebody is getting cold, the side person is also getting cold. Immediately, it is distributing. That's why it is also affects the other colleagues' ability to participate in the work environment. Psychosocial hazards related to the social and economic context of work, workplace violence, and occupational stress are the example of psychosocial hazards because the more work hours are there, or the autocratic management is there, or the production tensions are there, or the production targets is putting very intensive to the employee workforce, thereby the physiological hazards will be occurred. The occupational health diseases in the health industries, definitely it will be discussed. Here the last point is very important here is workers are exposed to dust from various materials such as cotton, wool, flax, hemp, sisal, etc. Some rayons and all this. When inhaled, These dust particles enter into the lungs through the respiratory tract, leading to various respiratory disorders in the workers. Because this is the very important word, because of the inhalation of this all dust particle related to the textile industry. The possible disorders in previous sections, what we discussed here is: number one, diffuse in lung disease. Second one is bisonosis, is one of the another what is called the occupational health in the textile industry. And third one is dry cough. And the fourth one is uh, definitely comes under the toxic liver diseases. And the third one is what is called this significant difference in the uh, non-hazards, what is called this thing. These four are very important. One is bisonosis. This type of disease characterized by the, because why I'm detailed in discussions is while the examination we have to write all these things in a just manner, because what are the hazards are there, simply we cannot give the ratings and all these things. Diffuse, first of all, diffuse lung diseases, prolonged exposure to cotton dust, because the where the cotton dust is more, if you expose it to the long time, definitely can cause a disease called bisonosis, is one of the medical language. Medical disease is also there, diffuse lung disease, because that dust will be diffuses in the lungs. See how the figure is, how the what is called not visible also. The breathing will not be taken care by that employee if the fungus formed on this thing. Commonly known as brown lung, it is also named as brown lung. Psoriasis is a very different from bronchitis. It is not a bronchitis. Bronchitis is also one of the same symptoms is there. Holes are jammed where you are not inhaling the air and give the output of the cough. That's why it's different from bronchitis also, but dangerous to bronchitis also. The disease is initially causes difficulty in breathing. That's what I'm telling, which later develops into severe and sometimes lifelong disability. That means immediately the employee or the HR department or the safety department should identify the physical condition of the employee during the work process and all, or the during the medical test or during the occupational center test. We have to see that the disease initially causes difficulty in breathing. At the time only we have to take care of. If the longer time will be developed, later it develops into a severe and sometimes a lifelong disability also. In one of the statistics here is in 1938, in the United States, OSHA, Occupational Safety Health Administration, reported that more than 30,000 people were infected with bisonosis, lungs disease, and about 1 lakh were at a high risk of developing the diseases. See, for example, they reported that 30,000 were infected and about 1 lakh were at high risk of developing the disease because they are getting delayed. There the number is increasing by the lakh rupees, lakh members. Examination of the men in blow rooms and card rooms showed that men under 50 to 60 years were most affected by bisonosis, because the examinations in the statistics by the various industrialists, they're telling that 50 to 60 years they were most affected by bisonosis, because the longevity of services, they are inhaling the dust of the fine dust like cotton and all, where it